Julian, how uncertain is this political cycle when you see the policies, really a maelstrom of controversial policies taking place in both presidential camps here, or presidential candidates? You have Kamala Harris potentially looking to tax unrealized capital gains. You have Trump's tough on China tariff policies here. At the end of the day, for an investor, what do you have to zero in on of the policies that are being proposed?
Well, what I would say is rather than the specific policies, because there's a lot of bluster, it's the implementation part that's the bigger challenge. Key off of this idea that usually markets actually prefer unified government. You go back over 100 years, it's almost 300 basis points per annum outperformance, unified over divided. That is not likely to be the case this time. I think there is a vast preference.
That's so weird, by the way. That's really a weird stat.
No, but think about it, right, is that because unified governments spend more money.
Huh.
And that's...
To that end, how much should investors be watching congressional races? Because at the end of the day, it's Congress that's going to really make the difference here.
Very, very closely from our point of view. And you know, the fact is that it seems like you could actually flip both the House to Democrats and the Senate to Republicans. And I think if you had that, there would be a comfort, whoever wins the presidency, because some of these further out policies would be much more challenged to be implemented.
Let's talk about how you trade this, because also looking at your notes, you write that QQQ convexity with the VIX in the teens is a must own for either the traditional September sell-off.
What is QQQ convexity?
That's what I'm going to ask. Put that in layman's terms. I'm thinking about the time I brought up the VVIX and Matt just exploded. So what exactly does that mean?
Well, we think you own puts and calls, okay? Because basically, if you look to next week, if there's more clarity coming out of that debate, say the degree of clarity that we saw after the June 27th debate about what the outcome was likely to be, that could actually send markets up, contravening the typical September seasonal weakness. But I will say this, today, really, as much as I like college football and the NFL, why does anyone prefer fall over summer? This happens every September, and for us, this is the way owning option convexity allows you to stay invested through days like this, which could be weeks like this, you know, and be positioned for what we expect to be the typical fourth quarter strength.